Hey everyone, my name is MichelleAna. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you've been here before, hey family, what's up? What's going on? Thank you so much for the love in my last video. I am literally like taking it one day at a time, living in my new space, trying to decorate here and there, and trying to really put all these things together. But I did a poll on my IG. If you're not following me, I am at loveMichelleAna, and I wanted to know if you guys wanted me to film a get ready with me. So I sat down, literally didn't even know what I was going to do with my face, with my look. I call this quarantine cutie glam situation. That's what we're calling this today. If you guys are gonna turn into quarantine cuties, because listen, sometimes we just need to literally hype ourselves up. And so if you guys throw on some makeup after this video or this week or whenever you find this video, please tag me, because we cannot let this quarantine life make us feel like we can't, you know, splash a little bit of color on our faces. Now I did the most, but it just really has made me feel a little bit better today. So that's what we're doing in this video. So we're gonna go and hop right into it. All right, so let's dive right in and get this quarantine cutie look started, because let me tell you guys, I have been in quarantine what feels like forever, just because, you know, I'm trying to make sure that I care for myself and also for the ones around me. So I ain't trying to go nowhere. Just trying to keep healthy, trying to make sure that I'm good. And but being quarantined at home, it's just, it gets real, it gets bored, you know? So anyway, I am just gonna be doing my makeup like really chill, and we're going for like a spring glowy kind of look kind of thing. And so I'm gonna try to talk and do my makeup at the same time, but if I feel like I'm not gonna say nothing, I'll just kind of show you guys what I'm doing and what I'm using at the same time. So let me take a swig of water right quick because I'm a little thirsty. Before we get started, let's excuse my nails, because we already know what's going on, you know. Rona got us with these Rona nails and it ain't right. Also, this is actually a dress. I mean, I just went all out today. I was like, I need to feel like a human, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some makeup on and call it a day. So before I get started with the actual makeup stuff, I put on obviously some like moisturizer. So I use this moisturizer spray, Moisture Surge face spray by Clinique, and I use this Moisture Surge like moisturizer or hydrator by Clinique as well. So bear with me as I figure out my filming situations with this whole like moving thing. It's super exciting because this apartment has a lot of light, but it is kind of like cloudy today, so it's not as bright, but it's still bright enough. And so I'm like, as I move and do all that good stuff, or as I settle, I should say, I'm trying to, you know, place things where they need to go. Ooh, I have a friend. I didn't even realize that. Do y'all see that? My forehead is like tripping right now. I am using the Laura Mercier foundation primer. There's a lot of like Laura products that I'm using today, just because like they're always sending me stuff, and I feel like I haven't really used a lot of their actual like makeup stuff. I love this primer. Like, it's one of my favorite primers. So of course I put my moisturizer on, and this is just my primer. So because I have this type of neckline, I do want to make sure that I'm bringing some of the makeup down up in this area today. And let me just kind of like blend this in a little bit. Man, I can't wait to like be able to get my nails done. In the meantime, I'm probably gonna have to paint them or something. I didn't have time to paint them today for this video. So like I said, you know, we about to turn into a little quarantine cutie real quick. I did try some things that I'm gonna be trying today in this video. Some things I've already worn before and other things I've not. So I was trying a few things, so you might see that I tried really hard to take it off, but I have a little bit of like eyeliner under there. So this is just a little like lip pop by Glow Recipe, and I love it. It's super moisturizing, so before I start my makeup, I like to put that on just to kind of, you know. And I already did my hair. If you guys want to know how I do my slick back bun, just check the link in my bio, not in my bio, in my description box, and you guys will see a link. Y'all, so many people ask me how I do my slick back bun, and I think it's because I have so much hair that it's like, how do you get all that hair into that little ball? Child, there is a way, okay? Where there's a will, there is a way. All right, so as I'm doing my makeup, I am going to be chatting with you guys just about this whole moving experience so far, and just whatever comes to mind that I kind of want to chat about today. So I'm first going to start with one of my favorite drugstore foundations, which is the Super Stay by Maybelline, I think it is. Yeah, I think this is Maybelline. I am the color 128 Warm Nude. Now, I will tell you, because we're coming out of winter, I am a little like my lightest right now, so don't judge me if this looks a little tan on me. It's only because, like, child, I need like the sun. I haven't gone outside. Like, I need the sun. I need to be on somebody's beach, at somebody's pool immediately. So let's see what this looks like. Also today, I'm gonna be trying some new concealers that I haven't used, that I've never used. Yeah, I'm actually gonna be trying the Mercier concealer. So that's how I kind of put my foundation out there, just because, like, I don't know, actually. I don't know why I do it like that. I have Deb here today, Deborah. You guys know Deborah, my niece. And she kind of went through my, I get a lot of like PR makeup, and she went through my makeup and she was like, listen, Shells, you need to try, you need to try this, you need to try this, you need to try that. So she literally pulled, oh, I got some like white stuff. Excuse the dried up gel. She was like, you need to try this, and that. I was like, you know what, why don't I just create a little like quarantine cutie situation? You know what I mean? Like, why not? So that's how we landed on today's look. It's so funny how, like, I don't know if you guys do this too, like, I hold my hand out. That is so bougie. I hold my hand out as I am putting my foundation on. Like, what is that even about? Why? So we're just kind of patting this in, you know, like so. I feel like I haven't done an actual makeup video in so long that I don't even know what to do with myself. Like, what is a makeup video? But I feel like this is cool because you're just getting ready with me, and I ain't even going nowhere. Like, that's just the way it is. It's fine. I think what happens is, while we're in quarantine, it's like you get used to looking the same way, that it's kind of like, let me switch this up, because although I'm not going anywhere, you know, I am filming for you guys, but I'm also just kind of just putting some makeup on just to kind of feel better about myself. One thing I will say, this is my first time, I guess we're getting right into the conversation, right? The girl chat. This is my very first time, like, living on my own, right? Like, by myself. I'm further out from, well, first of all, I can't even really see my family right now because of this quarantine, but I'm further out from where, like, my family is. I do have family near, but you know, this is like the very first time that I'm like living on my own, so it's very interesting. And then kind of being like quarantine, I've been kind of trying to just settle in. I've been getting some of my furniture. As you guys can see, we've got some progress here, but at the same time, it's been quite a settling and an adjustment of just being in my own space, right? I think one of the questions that I get really often are just as it relates to singleness, like how I deal with maybe like loneliness or feeling alone, or you know, just managing getting to know me as a single woman, right? And I honestly feel like, do I need a little bit more? Are we doing like a little bit more coverage? Yeah, let's do a little bit more. I feel like I didn't do a good job with taking off that thing, but we're just gonna do that. We are putting concealer on, like I said, but I feel like I am an advocator for stewarding all different seasons well. Whether you're having a season of just abundance and like everything is going well, you have to steward that season as well as you're stewarding a season of adversity, right? Or a season of uncertainty. And what do I mean by that? What I'm saying is that each season, right, or each time frame in your life, you're learning something that you just need, right? There are lessons, there are tools, there's insight that we all gain from the different things that go on in our worlds. And I feel like sometimes we look at our winning seasons as the only times where we can seek joy. But I feel like even in the seasons where we're just waiting, or we just feel like not everything is kind of like lining up, I feel like those seasons are also to be seen as seasons where we can really get everything we can from it, right? So I think that instead of seeing this as a season of, you know, singleness, and I may be experiencing you know, loneliness or whatever, I'm choosing to say, well, Lord, what do you want me to learn about me in this season? Like, what do you want to show me? What do you want to reveal about me? Like, what type of revelation are you trying to show me about me that I don't know? There's absolutely nothing wrong with being single or whatever. All right, this is a new concealer, y'all, so I have no idea if I'm gonna like it or not, but this is by Mercier, and it's the color 2.5. I ain't even gonna try it because I already know my camera is like so disrespectful. 2.5W. But yeah, instead of like seeing this as a season of me being alone, I'm choosing to just become more to reintroduce myself to me, right? I'm trying to get to know Michelle even now, because before, you know, being a little nomad, going all over the place, you know, you don't really get to just sit and just dwell in your own presence and get to know yourself and what you like and what you don't like. And because I've been married before, it's one of those things that, like, there are things now that I'm like, you know what, like, I didn't really like that, or I didn't really, I think I like it this way, or I think I want to do this instead of that, you know. And I think that has really taught me a lot. And I've really kind of gained this sense of freedom to know that I can literally choose the paths that I want to go, be it career, be it entrepreneurship, be it whatever it is. I have the freedom to create that because I don't have to marry anything right now. Obviously, do I want to use the Fenty? You know what? Yeah, let's just go for it. Let's just create. We are literally making this contour a real thing, okay? Like, she is cut. I have to remember like what I'm talking about so that I can continue talking about it. But yeah, it's just really interesting because I think for me, at this age, like, y'all, like, it is April, literally, like April. I mean, first of all, March felt like 56 days long, so I'm not even gonna complain about that. But what I'm saying is that First, let me set this around my eyes because I feel like it's starting to crease a little bit. And I am using the Kat Von D Lock It, I think, foundation. Yeah, Lock It Press Foundation in medium 150. Yeah, so as I just kind of like approach the age of 30 in a month or so, I have been thinking a lot about like my 20s and the things that I've learned in my 20s and the things that I'm gonna leave in my 20s and all the things that I want out of life in this new decade in my 30s. And it's just so crazy because I know that in this decade I am going to be married, I'm gonna have kids, you know, and I think that's the exciting part, that I'm like, man, like in this decade coming up of my life, like a lot of the things that I have prayed to God about, that I have just so genuinely and wholeheartedly just really prayed for and like really asked God for, are finally coming to pass, you know. And I think that instead of, hold on, let me blend this out a little bit because y'all know. Yeah, I think instead of me kind of like wallowing in what I don't have, it looks so harsh on camera, that's so funny. It doesn't look that harsh on in real life. Yeah, I think instead of me like thinking about all the things that I don't have and that, you know, God hasn't blessed me with yet, I feel like I'm looking at it as God is literally preparing me to receive those things, right? Like, look at this apartment, right? We talked about, ooh, somebody's getting pulled over. You know, we talked about how I lost my old apartment in 2017, and 3 years later to the T, all right? 3 years later, God decided, like, you know what? You ready. Like, you ready. And it's not that singleness is a bad thing. I just think that there are things that we see it as like punishment, and it's like, nah, that's not even it. Like, I'm just trying to really get you to really get to know who you are. That's what I'm kind of like learning in this season. Like, I am literally loving and loving who I'm getting to know, which is myself. I'm gonna use the e.l.f. contour palette. I hope I'm making sense because, you know, I'm just kind of talking. Y'all know me, like, I love a like just a simple glowy look, just because like it's just, I don't know, it's just easier for me. But my niece was like, listen, you gotta give the people what they want. Like, some of them want to see you glammed up, so why not? So let's just jump to the brows right quick. So one of my favorite brow products has to be the MAC Spiked Eyebrow Styler. It says it comes with the spoolie on one side, which is the little brush. I think my eyes just crossed, which is the little brush. And then the product. Now, this product, you have to be super like lightweight with it, because if you go too hard, it's like one of those like gel pencils, kind of like a formula, and you gotta just go really light with it. Like, I'm so light with it right now, like the lightest pressure ever, because you don't want it to look harsh, you don't want it to look crazy. Like, that's, listen, if that's your style, that's your style. Like, don't let me change your look. But what I'm saying is, as I go kind of along the way, I'm super light strokes, just to kind of give it the form. I'm gonna walk y'all through this because so many people ask me about how I do my brows, and it's so simple. All right, see how light I am right now? And then I'm kind of going here. Here's where you really want to make sure you are not going like too crazy. And if you do, there's also like that brush side, like I said, that you're able to kind of smoke it out a bit. Because the one thing is that you don't want to see the lines that you just made, right? Because they're like little small strokes. That's the trick. Like, you don't want to see any of those lines. So you always want to, like, there goes this hand again. And my brows are not done right now, so that's why I'm kind of like finessing an arch here and bringing it down. And if y'all don't like my brows, then it is what it is. It is what it is. You win some, you lose some, right? But this is like, so this is how I do my brows, y'all. Like, it ain't even that serious. I hope it looks as good on camera as it looks on here. So let me just fill in a few more little spaces I have here. And that's it. That's how I do my brows. Now let me do the other one off camera right quick, and I'll come right back. All right, so we are back. It's so funny, like how bold they look without like mascara, but pretty much this is what I use, and I absolutely love this pencil. I love this pencil so much. That's what we have here. That's what we created. Why is this like going down? Hello. All right, so as I was finishing my other brow, it's so crazy how God works. I don't know if I'm gonna put lashes on. Am I putting lashes on? Yes. Deb, why are you in my video? I'm just agreeing. Okay, I'm out of that. Man, I forgot to, let's go back a bit. I'm gonna like set this a little bit. I didn't set my foundation, and I'm still using that pressed powder. So as I was saying, I was putting on my other brow, and I just felt God kind of like just tell me to kind of talk a little bit more about like loneliness. There's probably somebody watching this video that maybe currently is struggling with feeling lonely, or I don't know. I just felt that. So this is kind of like off. I didn't plan talking about this, but we're gonna go with it. But before we continue with that, let me just see how I like. Oh, this is a cute little blush. I haven't really used blush in a really long time. This is Laura Mercier in Fresco. We are trying to go for a glowy look, so we kind of laid that there. Anyway, all right, let's focus. So if I have ever felt any sort of like loneliness, I think one of the first things is like assessing, okay, why do I feel this way? You know, what's going on? You know, how can I position myself in a way where one, is it God that's calling me to kind of just like be in this season where I'm just kind of like, it's just him and I, or am I causing myself to feel this way and I'm just kind of like isolating myself, or like, God, I need you to really show me. But I think that one of the things that you know, is very what's the word I want to use, like very confronting, like me having to really face is what's the core of why I'm feeling that way, because I have felt that too. Like, hello, I have felt that too. And I think the things that I've had to do is really confront the core of why I felt lonely, or why I felt like I was so sad in those moments. Because it's one thing to enjoy the presence of just being you. Like, some people really do just purely enjoy their own presence, and I do too. Like, I can have a good old time, a grand old time, just me and me, right? But I think what happens is when that starts to create sadness or despair, that's when it's unhealthy. and we have to get to the core of why we feel that way. And I really think that sometimes it's insecurity, sometimes it is the fact that we just genuinely want partnership and intimacy and companionship or friendship. Like it's normal. Like it's not like it's a bad thing. Let's go ahead and let you guys know what's going on with this. So I'm using the Petite Heat palette by Naked, Urban Decay. It's called the Naked Petite Heat palette, and then I'm just kind of diving into Vibrate and Hot Spell, which are like these two right here. I'm just kind of mixing it up and just going in with it. All right, so like I was saying, I think it's a really confronting time when you're feeling that way and you're like, all right, Lord, like, what are we doing? Like, why do I feel this way? And I think that sometimes, like, if we don't face those things, we bring those into our next relationships. And those people, your partner is not supposed to fulfill your loneliness. Your partner is not supposed to come in and make you feel like a whole person. Like, that's not fair for you, and it's not fair for your partner. Honestly, truly it is not. There have been times where like people have filled voids, you know, even in my life, and I didn't recognize that until their presence was no longer in my life. And the familiarness or the familiarity of their presence, when it was released from my life or when they were no longer there, I really realized, like, oh my God, I was not stewarding that part of my heart well, because now I'm having to like reassess what my life looks like without this person. And so that person filled something in me that caused me not to feel lonely. But that's not okay, because then I'm depending on that person to feel not alone, or to feel like I don't know, like to feel like they're feeling that part that is like, I'm not okay with being by myself. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes we have to admit, like, dang, like, I'm not okay being by myself. But why? Why am I not okay being by myself? All right, so this is one thing that I use. I naturally have like little moles all over my face, but once I put foundation and like all that stuff on top, they kind of go away. So I use this Lime Crime Sun Kiss freckle pen. I got this at an event that I went to with them, and so I kind of, because it's like this like taupey, like brownish color, I kind of go in and dot a little bit of the moles that are already there. And it's like so natural. You guys probably can't even tell on camera, but yeah, I hope that makes sense. I think that you know, for me, like I said, there have been actual people that have filled those parts in my life, and I didn't realize that they did until they were no longer in my life, right? And I think that could be so like earth shattering, because it's like, man, I didn't realize that person I held to so much high esteem, right? That I put that much value or that much emphasis on their opinions, on their thoughts, on their anything into my life. And it's not a bad thing to value somebody, but when that is the thing that sways your decisions to that you yourself are supposed to be anchored in God with, that's when it becomes a little like unbalanced. I think that we should really begin to seek God for ourselves, and obviously it's amazing to seek counsel, because that's like what we do. But at the same time, we need to be confident in us, right? Confident in the relationship that we have with God. Listen, I just like put this on here. I don't even know if I'm gonna like it like that. So I hope that makes sense, because it makes sense in my head. This is Laura Mercier. I think this is like a mini pen. Let's see what it's called. It's called Rose Gold Caviar Stick Eye Color. Listen, today is just like a Laura day, huh? So what I'm gonna do is just like smoke it out a little bit. Not smoke it out because this isn't really like a dark color, but I'm just gonna use my good old finger to kind of like press it in and also bring it a little bit up. Put a little bit more. I know like Deb is probably like, you need to put more. But I just want to be like just a little simple situation, you know what I mean? Nothing too crazy. Let's also talk about just like the actual moving in process. Y'all, thank you so much, love, for the video from last week, and just like even the prior video, like just like chatting about my experience. And like, y'all, if God can come through for an apartment, he could come through for all things, okay? Let's see. Let me see if I just add a little bit of, what am I gonna add? Because I do have like this color on. I feel like I have to concentrate so much on this part. So once I kind of like get a little bit more settled in and I figure out how I'm actually going to be doing like my filming setup, I do want to make sure I you know, bring you guys, you know, even more content. Like, that's obviously the best part about just having your own place and really just being able to free for all, like, right? Because it's like, for me, I had all of my lighting and everything in New Jersey, and so I kind of had to like always work with natural lighting or where I'm at. And so, which always worked because I love natural lighting anyway, so it always worked for me anyway. But now that I have a little bit more of a stationary kind of set, or will be making one, I'll be able to create more videos. Shout out to those of you who follow me on Instagram and participate on my Wednesday night lives. They're typically like recaps, or like if I get any sort of like ideas during the week on topics to just kind of like talk about, I use that time to talk about those things. And it's so much fun because it ends up being such a real conversation. Like last week I was talking about just lessons from the waiting season, right? Or the waiting room. And I think it's so important. Like I was saying before, it's literally echoing what I was saying before. It's so important to really learn the things and the insight and revelations that God is teaching you and showing you in every single season, because it is those things that you learn in that season that you'll be able to even like apply to the next. All right, this is why I barely ever do eyeshadow, because I feel like it takes forever to like blend and blend and do all that good stuff. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my Fix Plus real quick so that my highlight could be like really just fire. I'm gonna fan it out a little bit. I love Fix Plus, and it's just like the MAC makeup setting spray. Fire, like I love that thing. Y'all, I feel like eyeshadow I don't know why, it's just like not my thing all the time, you know what I mean? Am I the only one? I must be the only one. This is Laura Mercier again, and it's called Addiction. Yes, child of God. You know, just pile it right on. Now we're not scared anymore. It's like a whole glow baby moment. I am gonna add a little bit more of this little caviar stick from Laura Mercier. But yeah, make sure that you tune in on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to catch me live talking about whatever God puts on my heart. And that's the other thing. God has been really gripping my heart lately with this whole like virus going on. And man, I can't even talk about it because then I'll probably start crying. But I think it's affecting a lot of people, but I'm believing God for healing and just miracles, signs and wonders, all of it. We're gonna put a little bit of this eyeliner on, and it is by Maybelline, and it's a gel liner, waterproof liner. That's why it was hard to take off before. In the color Glazed Toffee. But yeah, it's crazy how like God will position his people to really cry out for certain things. And I think for me personally, it's just been really heart gripping because I really do have a heart for like people who struggle with faith and hope and feel like they're losing hope in their lives and don't feel loved. I really like, my heart really does kind of like go out for people that feel that way. Oh my God, I hope I don't start crying. So I'm like, I cannot start crying, y'all. No. All right, let me add a little bit more on this eye because it doesn't really show up the way I want it to. And I'm just taking a regular like angled brush, just like smoking it out a bit. All right, before I move on, I'm gonna do mascara. Y'all know I love mascara. I'm gonna be using the Revlon So Fierce, and she's so fierce. Just like instantly, like what? I don't ever really do like lower like liner just because my eyes are kind of small, but because I'm doing mascara and lashes and stuff, makes my eyes look bigger. Just pile this mascara on, put some lashes on, and I'm gonna come back to finish the look with a lippy, and then we're just gonna see the final look. All right, so this look immediately with lashes just turns into a whole situation. All right, so my glue is still kind of sort of drying. I did, like I said, I used the So Fierce mascara on the top and on the bottom. So you guys will see like I used this for the bottom lashes, and you guys probably see when I look down that I didn't use eyeliner, so I just kind of like fluff these things up a little bit once they start getting like, once the glue starts getting dry. I feel like you can still like see the glue, but that's all right, it ends up drying out anyway. The next step was going to be to put the lippy. I already put the liner, I lined my lips, not really line, I kind of just did a little bit of liner and filled in a little bit in this Mercier, what is this called, Plumberry lip liner. And now I'm gonna use their same lipstick in the color Beige in Time. So I'm gonna just, this is my first time using this color, so I think it's like a pretty color. I think it goes along with the look today. All right, so the last thing is trying to figure out what earrings I'm gonna wear. So I have these earrings that I got from Cape Town, South Africa when I was there. Shout out to my friends in Cape Town, South Africa. Hope you guys are all well, doing well. So I have these, and then I have these cutie pies that I got from, actually I think I got these in South Africa as well, in like one of the stores, like one of the stores there. So I feel like that's a look, but then that's also a look. What would you guys wear? Would you guys wear these? I got this from one of the markets. Or would you wear these? Deb, come here.
Oh, I love. Okay, wait. Oh my God, I love both.
You're on camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She didn't know. What a dilemma. Hold on, let's ask the gram. All right, so we decided, I took the necklace off and I went with the Cape Town Marketplace super beautiful earrings. I freaking miss Cape Town so much. I need to go back. I'm definitely gonna go back at some point again in the near future. Oh look, I got like makeup everywhere. So that pretty much is our get ready with me look for today. Guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you are subscribed. I am looking forward to kind of doing more like get ready with me's, but I need topics, like specific topics that are great for like as I get ready, and it can kind of just sort of be like a little girl chat situation. So thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope that you can walk away from this video with some things that you can actually just like even glean from in your own life. If you know someone who's experiencing a season of loneliness, or you yourself are experiencing a season of loneliness and you just need that encouragement, I hope that this video really helped to kind of shed some light in some of the things that maybe even I have learned in those pockets of times that I have felt that way. So I will see you guys in my next video. Make sure that you have an amazing day, night, morning, wherever you are, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.